It is time once again to pause and honor the lowly, burrowing, crawling, cute as it can be, armadillo. And do we have a party planned? Hello, Nomies. Welcome back to the MTandME. And we get to welcome you this time around to the celebration of the 53rd Annual Armadillo Festival. I promised you we'd be there. We were, and we're going to take you there this week here on the MTandME. Before we get started, let me give you a little history here. The Armadillo Festival dates back to, 1971, when the city of Hamburg started looking around and noticed a lot of other smaller communities were having these summer festivals where people could have fun and the community could turn it into a boon as a moneymaker. So they thought, what the heck? Why don't we do a festival? What do we celebrate? So here again, they looked around and what could we celebrate? Well, someone came up with the idea of, how about armadillos? It seems no one that they could find was having an armadillo festival. You'd have thought Texas would have had that wrapped up, but apparently not. So, armadillos it was. And it has been now for over half a century. The world famous Armadillo Festival is held the first Saturday of every May in Hamburg. Same day as the Kentucky Derby. Coincidence? Anyway, when it started out, the festival was small. A few arts and craft vendors, a couple of people selling, hot dogs and hamburgers, and a few groups entertaining. Most principal among them usually was the Cummins Prison Band. They sure were good. But then again, I guess they had a lot of time to practice, huh? So over the years, the festival grew. More entertainers, more food, more arts and craft vendors, more attractions. They started having armadillo races, and later on they added frog races. And now, today, in the 53rd festival, you've got all those things I mentioned, plus a car show, a pancake breakfast to start things off every morning, a 5K run, 1 mile walk first thing in the morning. And the number of arts and craft vendors has grown to over 100 every year. And there's got to be 40 or 50 food vendors there, plus a carnival that's open not just one day, but for 4 nights. There's activities Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Armadillo Day. So it's like half a week of festival fun. There's a car show to go along with everything, and some really big name entertainment now. In recent years, they had Lainey Wilson when she was an up-and-comer. Proud to say she played the Armadillo Festival. We've also had Diamond Rio, the Marshall Tucker Band in recent years, and this year, Sammy Kershaw is performing. So, big show, and it's free. It's just there for the festival, so you get to enjoy it. Well, you would have gotten to enjoy it if you were there. And I hope you were. But if you weren't, we're going to show you some of the stuff you missed here today on the MTandME. I was there with my broadcasting job, so I took time to take a camera, walk around, fly around, just do a little bit of browsing here and there, and give you some of the sights and sounds and people that made this festival so much fun and such a success once again. Special thanks to the Hamburg Area Chamber of Commerce. They're the ones that organize this event every year. They pull everything together and do a wonderful job of pulling it off. But it is really a community effort. Lots of people work hard to make this happen, and then they get to enjoy it like we did and like you're going to now. So sit back for the next 10 minutes and see some of what you enjoyed if you were there and what you missed if you weren't. The 53rd Annual World Famous Hamburg Armadillo Festival.
We are so glad that you guys are here. It's a great morning for a race. As you runners like to say, it's all downhill from here, okay? Be safe, have fun, have a great time. All right, runners and walkers, take your mark. Get set.
Of it. All right. Welcome to the Erskine Harriman Carriage House dedication and the Charles Portis exhibit opening at the Ashley County Museum right now. 10:30 we're going to have the Fun Run Awards. It's going to be here at the gazebo. 10:40 the Armadillo King and Queen Court is going to be announced. 10:45 the Pet Show. That's going to be here at the gazebo. 11:45, the 50-year club is meeting at the Hamburg Middle School cafeteria. 12 to 4, the Carnival Arm Band. 12 o'clock, we got a hamburger eating contest. That's going to be here at the gazebo. 12:30, a magic show. 1 o'clock, we got frog weigh-in and jumping contest. At 1:30, 50-year-old club. 50-year club tour of Hamburg High School. 1:30 the Armadillo weigh-in and race. 2:50 the car show winner. 3 to 5 the Haley Creek Boys will be here on the square. 6 to 7:30 Mr. Cabbage Head and the Screaming Radishes. That's going to be on the Century Next Bank stage behind the courthouse. And at 8 o'clock we got Sammy Kershaw. going to be a car show. Winner announced. 3 to 5, we're going to have the Haley Creek Boys here in the square. 6 to 7:30, we're going to have Mr. Cabbage Head and the Screaming Radishes. That's going to be behind the courthouse. And then at 8 o'clock, Mr. Sammy Kershaw is going to take the stage. So y'all, make sure y'all stick around for all that. Also, if you haven't got your Armadillo gear for the year, the Armadillo store's got shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff. So y'all make sure that when you leave today, get your shirt, Armadillo bead or something.
And so, there you have it, another great Hamburg Armadillo Festival celebration. They're all day long with our broadcast coverage. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad we got to show you just a little bit of it here on the MTandME. And I do mean just a little bit. It's an entire day of games and entertainment and special activities going on. And we couldn't even show you any of the entertainment like Sammy Kershaw because of copyright policies, so had to let all that slide. But a great crowd stuck around well into the evening and enjoyed the show on Saturday night. So congratulations again to the Hamburg Area Chamber of Commerce and everyone who put their time and effort into the 53rd annual World Famous Armadillo Festival. Now, in addition to getting to enjoy the festival this last week, I got a couple of nice surprises. For one, I got the title to the Equinox in the mail, so she's mine. Officially, anyway. That's good. And speaking of the Equinox, I also got a cabin air filter for her. The Equinox features, it's an air filter that the air that actually is taken in from the outside and goes through the cabin, whether it goes through the air conditioner or the heater or the vent. All filters through this filter. It's kind of a neat feature. And right now, she doesn't have one, which it works fine without it. But I think having the filter in will just keep the air even fresher coming into the girls' cabin. Okay, so we've got that. Now, as for Pearl, I got up and checked once again. I didn't get this on film, but I did check the bolts on top again, and they have not loosened up any more than they were the last time we saw them. So I think our next step is going to be going inside, cutting the heads off, and driving them back through from the bottom. After that, once we get those bolts out, we will first of all seal up the holes that will remain behind, because they're going to need some sort of protection for a while, until we recoat the top anyway. And also the next step then is going to be getting our panels in between the framing and the aluminum roof inside Pearl, which means I need to go get some plywood. So that's on the to-buy list immediately to continue the work on Pearl. When we get the plywood in, then we can get all of our trusses in place and fastened in place and have the roof supported the way we want to. That's going to be such an accomplishment. I'm going to feel really good when we reach that point. So I hope we get there soon, because I like successes. stick around and share those successes with me, all right? So, next week, it's back to Pearl and the roof job, and maybe a little bit of work on the Equinox too. We'll see about that. Within just a few weeks, it's going to be rodeo time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We just did the 53rd annual Armadillo Festival, and in, I think, 3 weeks, more or less, we are going to do the 76th annual CrossFit Riding Club PRCA Rodeo. And as always, the MTandME cameras will be there to bring you some of the excitement, not to mention coverage of the rodeo parade as well. It's going to be a great time. The rodeo is the biggest event in CrossFit during the entire year. Just like the festival, the Armadillo Festival is Ashley County's biggest festival every year. The CrossFit Rodeo, probably the biggest non-festival single event that goes on. And it's a biggie. And it's a good one too. We put on a darn good rodeo here, if I say so myself. CrossFit Riding Club, after 3/4 of a century, have figured out how it should be done. And they do it every year. So you'll be watching for that coverage coming up in just a few weeks. For now, I'm going to shut up. Thanks for watching this week, for sharing our moments at the Armadillo Festival here on the MTandME, and come back next week as we get back to work on Pearl and the Equinox and anything else that might break between now and then. I love you, Nomies. Look down below, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Give me a thumbs up. Check out the MTandME.com. Check out our Facebook page. Buy me a coffee and be here every week for the MTandME. Till next time around, I'm Russ, and we'll talk later.